As we age, it's natural to reflect on the relationships that have shaped our lives and influenced the paths we've taken. In a world where friendships can fade and circumstances inevitably change, the one thing that remains constant and under our control is the ability to cultivate a deep confidence in ourselves. This confidence is foundational, not just as we age, but as a way to navigate the ups and downs that life throws at us. Today, we're going to explore three key aspects of growing older: the critical importance of self-reliance, the irreplaceable bond with a life partner, and the joy that children bring into our lives. While children can bring immeasurable happiness, we will also recognize that they are not the center of our entire existence. As we delve into these themes, you will gain a deeper understanding of how to strengthen your sense of self, build meaningful and lasting relationships, and embrace the independence that ultimately leads to a life full of fulfillment. Trust me, by the end of this video, you will be equipped with valuable insights and practical advice to help you not only survive your later years, but thrive in them, finding joy and purpose every day. Before we begin, I'd like to ask a small favor. If you enjoy this video, please take a moment to like it. Your support helps me reach more people and continue sharing valuable insights on aging with dignity and confidence. If you haven't subscribed yet, I highly recommend that you subscribe and activate the notification bell so you won't miss any upcoming videos. And, as always, if you find this content helpful, I'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment with the number 1 if you're still with me, or with a 0 if you think there's room for improvement so I can make these videos even better for you. Let's dive in. Number 1, confidence in yourself is the most crucial asset as we age. As we move through the various stages of life, we gradually realize that no matter how much we may rely on others, the one person who will always be by our side is none other than ourselves. In our youth, we often enjoy a wealth of friendships, a vast network of people who provide love, companionship, and emotional support. These relationships serve as a safety net, giving us a sense of security as we make decisions, take risks, and navigate the world. It is easy to feel that we can lean on our friends and family to provide us with the strength we need. However, as the years pass and the seasons of life unfold, the dynamics of these relationships can shift, often in ways we don't anticipate. Not every friend will stay in our life forever. Some friendships will naturally fade with time, while others may be severed by disagreements or the natural course of life. Even family members, while they may always be a part of our lives, might not be physically or emotionally available in the way we expect. There's an old saying that perfectly encapsulates this reality: rely on a mountain, and the mountain may collapse; rely on a person, and that person may leave. This ancient wisdom serves as a sobering reminder that placing too much of our emotional well-being in the hands of others can lead to disappointment, particularly when those people are no longer present. What does this mean for us as we age? It means that, at some point, we must learn how to rely on ourselves. The ability to stand firm and be resilient in the face of life's challenges is crucial, especially as we navigate the often unpredictable path of aging. Self-reliance empowers us to face difficult situations with grace, knowing that we have the inner strength to overcome whatever obstacles come our way. Let me share a story from ancient wisdom that beautifully illustrates this point. Long ago, a person traveled to a temple to pray to the revered Avalokiteshvara Bodhisattva, seeking divine help to overcome the many hardships in his life. To his surprise, as he entered the temple, he saw Avalokiteshvara herself engaged in prayer. But rather than praying for the people who had come to seek her guidance, she was praying for herself, confused The man approached her and asked, "Why?" "Bodhisattva, do you?" The embodiment of compassion. "Pray for your own strength." With great wisdom, Avalokiteshvara answered, "Even I have my own difficulties." This profound exchange highlights the importance of self-reliance. Even those who are considered to be the most compassionate and capable still face their own struggles. If even the Bodhisattva relies on herself for strength, it is a powerful reminder for us to cultivate our own resilience and self-sufficiency. This story is not just about relying on oneself, but also understanding that life will always present us with challenges. No one is exempt from difficulty, and the key to navigating these challenges successfully lies in our ability to face them head-on with self-reliance. Whether we are dealing with health issues, financial struggles, or emotional hurdles, there is no guarantee that others will always be able to step in and solve our problems. It is in these moments that our inner strength, cultivated through years of self-reflection and growth, becomes our greatest asset. As we age, many people naturally wish to rely on their children or family members for care and support. While this desire is completely understandable, it's important to recognize the potential pitfalls of over-relying on others. If we become too dependent on others, we risk losing our sense of independence and control over our own lives. This can be particularly challenging in later years when we might feel vulnerable. But if we have spent our lives nurturing our own sense of self-reliance, we are far more capable of maintaining our dignity, making our own decisions, and living a life that feels meaningful and authentic. Self-reliance does not mean rejecting help when it is needed. It is, instead, about striking a balance, knowing when to accept help and when to stand on our own 2 feet. It's about taking ownership of our happiness and well-being, while still being open to the love and support of those around us. A strong network of friends, family, and mentors can help us along the way. But ultimately, the responsibility for living a fulfilling life rests with us. When we cultivate this confidence in ourselves, we are better able to face the inevitable changes that come with aging. We can turn what might otherwise be a time of mere survival into a time of growth and flourishing. Confidence in our own abilities allows us to navigate the challenges of life with grace and strength. No matter our age, by developing and nurturing our inner strength, we can face the trials of aging with a sense of purpose and resilience. The more we learn to trust ourselves, the more we can embrace life as it comes, making the most of each moment and truly thriving in our golden years. If you're still watching and finding these insights useful, please let me know by commenting one below. Your engagement means the world to me. Thank you for your time and for being a part of this journey. Number 2, a partner is the most important companion as we enter old age. As we make our way through the journey of life, we encounter a multitude of relationships that shape our experiences and enrich our existence. Our bonds with family members, friends, colleagues, and acquaintances all contribute to our emotional well-being and personal growth. Yet, when we reach the later stages of life, it becomes increasingly clear that the most crucial companion we can rely on, besides ourselves, is the person we choose to share our lives with, our partner. While other relationships come and go, it is the partner with whom we build a deep, lasting connection who often becomes our most consistent and reliable ally. This companionship, which develops over time, becomes a source of immense comfort and support as we grow older. The bond we share with our partner is not something that happens overnight. It begins, like any other relationship, with a spark of connection. In the early stages, love often feels thrilling, marked by passion, excitement, and a sense of possibility. During this time, the world seems full of adventure, and we look forward to sharing our lives with someone who can offer companionship and emotional fulfillment. However, as time passes, the initial excitement gradually gives way to something deeper. The early infatuation transforms into a more mature love, one based on trust, respect, shared experiences, and mutual understanding. The romantic gestures of youth evolve into a partnership characterized by a steady, unwavering commitment to each other. This evolution of love is particularly significant as we enter our later years. While youthful passion may fade, a deeper, more enduring connection takes its place. Over time, the relationship grows stronger and more resilient, rooted in the shared experiences of a lifetime. By the time we reach old age, it is often our partner who remains our most faithful companion, offering emotional support, companionship, and unconditional love through both the highs and lows of life. Through this deep connection, our partner becomes a source of stability and comfort, providing a sense of peace amid the inevitable challenges of aging. To better understand the power of this partnership, let me share a heartwarming story that illustrates the depth of love and commitment in a relationship that endures even in the face of hardship. This story revolves around a devoted couple who faced the heartbreaking reality of Alzheimer's disease. As the wife's memory began to deteriorate, she found herself struggling with tasks that once felt familiar and easy. Everyday activities that were once second nature became increasingly difficult for her to navigate. She would forget important details, misplace items, and even have trouble recognizing familiar faces. The world she once knew became clouded, and the woman she had been seemed to slip further away with each passing day. In the face of this devastating illness, her husband made a profound decision. Rather than turning to external help or abandoning his wife during this challenging time, he chose to remain by her side, providing the care and support she needed. His dedication to her was unwavering, and he refused to let her face this struggle alone. He knew that their love was not defined by youthful excitement or shared memories of the past. It was defined by the deep commitment to each other. No matter the circumstances, his love for her had matured over the years, and now it manifested itself in the form of patient care, quiet moments of companionship, and selfless sacrifice. To further comfort his wife, he decided to learn how to play the piano. He understood that music had a powerful effect on her mind. It could calm her when she became agitated, bring her a sense of peace when confusion took over, and even spark memories of their earlier years together. Every day, without fail, he would sit beside her and play soft, soothing melodies on the piano. His fingers would move across the keys with tenderness, creating a peaceful atmosphere in their home. The music, although simple, was a powerful tool in maintaining their bond. It served as a reminder that love is not just about the grand gestures, but about the small acts of care and devotion that show how deeply we value our partner. The story of this couple underscores the idea that love is not just about fleeting emotions or romantic gestures. It is about responsibility, sacrifice, and commitment. As we age, the bond with our partner becomes more about the quiet, everyday acts of love, the willingness to be there for each other, even when life is difficult, and the understanding that true love is built not only on good times, but also on the ability to weather life's storms together. As the years pass and the challenges of life grow more complex, love becomes less about passion and more about patience, empathy, and the willingness to give of oneself in the service of the other. This idea can be summed up by the saying, "Young people live for love, while the elderly live for gratitude." As we grow older, The importance of our partner is no longer measured by the excitement of romance, but by the deep gratitude we feel for the unwavering companionship and support they provide. When we reach old age, especially as our bodies and minds begin to decline, it is our partner who becomes the anchor in our lives. They offer not just emotional support, but practical help in navigating the challenges of everyday life. Together, we face the realities of aging, knowing that we do not have to face these challenges alone. The presence of a partner in later life provides comfort in ways that go beyond simple companionship. It brings emotional warmth, security, and peace, knowing that there is someone who truly understands us, who shares our memories, and who will continue to stand by our side no matter what. Through both good times and bad, our partner becomes the one constant in a world that is often unpredictable and changing. As we face the inevitable losses and changes that come with aging, their presence reminds us that love endures, and that, no matter what the future holds, we do not have to face it alone. In conclusion, the companionship of a partner as we grow older is invaluable. It is a source of comfort, security, and love that remains constant through the ebb and flow of life's challenges. As we navigate the later stages of life, it is this companionship that provides us with the strength to face whatever comes our way. It is the quiet presence of a partner, standing by our side, that brings meaning to the final chapters of our lives. The partnership we have nurtured over the years becomes the most important relationship we have, one that provides us with the greatest gift of all, companionship and love until the very end. If you are still watching this video and finding these reflections meaningful, please leave a comment with the number 2 below to let me know that you are still with me. Thank you for taking the time to listen, reflect, and share in these important lessons. Number 3, children are the greatest blessing, but they are not everything asterisk. Children are undoubtedly one of the most precious gifts life can offer. They bring an overwhelming sense of joy, fulfillment, and unconditional love, transforming our world in ways that words can hardly describe. Their presence in our lives becomes a source of pride, motivation, and purpose. Watching them grow, evolve, and discover the world is a journey of deep emotional significance for any parent. From the moment they are born, our hearts are filled with an intense, almost indescribable bond. And as they reach each milestone, taking their first steps, speaking their first words, achieving academic successes, or even forming their own families, the joy that fills our hearts is profound. As parents, we derive an immense sense of pride and joy from witnessing our children's growth and accomplishments. Every achievement of theirs feels like a victory not only for them, but also for us. Their successes, big or small, become milestones in our own lives, reinforcing our sense of purpose and reminding us of the beauty of life's fleeting moments. We often pour our hearts into helping them realize their dreams and guiding them through life's challenges, as our role is to nurture and protect them until they are strong enough to walk on their own. However, as we transition into the later years of life, it becomes even more crucial to understand that while children are one of the greatest blessings, they are not the sole source of our happiness, nor should they be. It is essential to remember that as much as we cherish and love them, our identity and sense of fulfillment should not be entirely rooted in our children's lives. When we place all our hopes, expectations, and desires for contentment on them, we create a dangerous imbalance in the family dynamic, where our happiness becomes dependent on factors beyond our control. In the natural course of life, children will inevitably grow up, build their own lives, and carve out their own paths. They will form their own families, pursue their own careers, and explore their own passions. As parents, we must recognize that while we will always be there for them, our children must be allowed the freedom to live their own lives. It is unrealistic and unfair to expect them to bear the weight of our emotional needs, especially as we grow older. When we do so, we risk creating unnecessary pressure that could cause resentment or strain in the parent-child relationship. Our children will naturally need to focus on their own lives, and as difficult as it may be for us, we must accept this inevitable shift. The problem arises when parents place excessive emotional reliance on their children, expecting them to provide not just love and companionship, but also financial support, caregiving, and emotional fulfillment. This is particularly common in cultures where multi-generational living is the norm or when aging parents find themselves in need of care. While it is understandable to hope for support from our children as we age, we must ask ourselves, are we expecting too much? Are we inadvertently putting our children in a position where their own dreams and needs might be compromised because of our expectations? Indeed, it can be emotionally difficult for parents to acknowledge that their children will eventually lead independent lives. And this can sometimes lead to feelings of loneliness or abandonment. The thought of an empty nest, of children leaving to pursue their own futures, can be daunting for many parents. But it is in these moments that we must remind ourselves that our children's autonomy does not diminish our love for them or the importance of our role in their lives. In fact, the best thing we could do for our children is to teach them independence, to model for them how to find fulfillment outside the roles they play within the family, and to encourage them to pursue their own passions and dreams. The legendary British psychologist Sylvia Plath once beautifully captured this sentiment when she said, "A parent's love for their child is unconditional, without expecting anything in return." This truth underscores the very nature of parenthood. The love we give to our children is not transactional. It is a selfless love, a love that does not demand anything in return. As parents, we give so much of ourselves to our children, but it's important to remember that our role is not to cling to them, nor is it to expect them to fill the emotional voids that may arise in our own lives as we age. In fact, one of the most valuable gifts we can give our children is the freedom to live their own lives, free from the weight of our expectations. We need to create spaces where they can thrive independently, just as we must learn to thrive independently in our later years. There is no doubt that many parents, as their children grow older and begin their own journeys, become so intertwined in their children's lives that their own personal joy and fulfillment become deeply dependent on their offspring. For these parents, their children's happiness becomes a reflection of their own. And when those children eventually leave to pursue their careers, form relationships, or raise families of their own, it can feel like an emotional loss. Yet, it is important for parents to recognize that their children's growth and independence are a sign of success. The goal of parenting is to guide them to a place where they no longer need us in the same way, where they are strong, capable, and ready to face the world on their own. It is essential, therefore, to develop a sense of self-reliance and independence in our later years. We should continue to nurture our own passions, friendships, and pursuits, finding joy and fulfillment in our own lives, not relying on our children to provide that for us, is key to maintaining a balanced and healthy relationship with them. When we do this, we create an environment where our reunions with our children are filled with joy and mutual respect, rather than obligation or guilt. Ultimately, while children are an irreplaceable part of our lives, they cannot and should not be the central focus of our entire existence. They're a gift, a source of boundless love, but they are not the entirety of our identity. When we embrace the idea of independence, when we learn to nurture our own happiness and well-being, we free both ourselves and our children from unnecessary burdens. We teach them that love does not come with expectations or demands, and we demonstrate that life can be rich and fulfilling, even without the constant presence of our children. As we age, the relationships we maintain with our children, our partners, and ourselves become increasingly important. Each of these relationships plays a distinct and invaluable role in our lives. Our partners provide companionship, emotional support, and shared experiences, while our children represent love, legacy, and growth. Yet, none of these relationships should become the sole foundation of our happiness. We must cultivate a sense of self-worth and independence, learning to live a fulfilling life with or without the physical presence of our children. In conclusion, the goal is to create a balanced and enriched life, a life where we love our children deeply, but do not depend on them for our emotional well-being, a life where we cherish our partners and nurture our sense of independence, a life where we remain open to new experiences, friendships, and passions, and where our joy comes from within, not from external sources. By finding this balance, we ensure that our later years are filled with peace, happiness, and the freedom to live authentically. So, as we reflect on everything we've discussed today, think about how you can apply these lessons to your own life. Are you cultivating independence and joy in your own journey? How can you ensure that you're not placing undue pressure on your children as they grow and carve out their own futures? I'd love to hear your thoughts and insights in the comments below. If you found this video meaningful, please take a moment to leave a comment. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content. Thank you for being a part of our community, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.